What is up, guys? G2K Racing Man coming back at you with another exclusive interview. We got Steven Little and his car, the Kraken. Let's check it out. Okay, guys, I'm here with the man, myth, and legend, man, Steven Little, man, and his car that they call the Kraken. How you doing today, my brother?
Man, I'm doing great, dude. It's a nice day.
Awesome, my brother. Hey, what can you tell me about your hot rod, Steve?
And the car, it's a 72 CAMARO split bumper. It's an old back half ladder bar car that we kind of converted into a dope rat small tire car, and it's we front halved it. It's got a 5.3 power glide transmission. It's pretty simple stuff.
Pretty basic, huh? What can you tell me a little bit about that 5.3? Is it a stock bottom end 5.3?
No, we had the stock 4.8 for a long time, and man, it treated us real well. But we upgraded. It's a 5.3. It's just a stock block that we put. It's a BTR drop-in forged rotating assembly with some ice heads. They do a special casting or not special casting, but a special port job for us. And then twin turbo 7875s.
Nice, man. What transmission you running on the car?
It's a Freak Show 2-speed.
Nice, Freak Show. Never heard of that before.
Freak Show, yeah.
Well, maybe it's popular, but you know, it kind of caught me off guard with all these interviews I do, and then Freak Show, man, that's pretty dope.
There's a funny story behind it. I'll let him tell it, but no.
You can't give us even a little bit of a preview of it, or
it's not that. It's not that.
All right.
It's not that great. I don't know the story well enough to tell it. How about that?
What rear end you running on the car?
It's a 12 bolt, Chevy 12 bolt.
12 bolt?
And it's in terrible shape. It's been bent a few times.
Really?
Yeah, I went radial racing and we bent it, and then we bent it back in a crude way, and we welded some supports and stuff. But
nice, man.
It's still in there.
Okay. What front suspension you running on the car? Because I see something shiny over down there.
Yeah. So they're like custom valve 2GM fab shocks, and then they're just TRZ upper and lower control arms. It's all factory style. So like when we front halved it, it's basically you can buy a Smith Racecraft makes a front end that just bolts in. We ended up just having it welded in, but it's all factory specs. Pretty much factory specs on everything. It's just lighter.
Nice, man. How did you acquire the car?
Man, I had a buddy that he was trying to flip cars, and I actually ended up helping him. I picked up another Camaro for him, and he was going to take this engine out of this white Camaro and then put it in this one. Well, I didn't see this one when I got to it was my brother's shop. I got to my brother's shop, I'm like, how's that purple car doing over there? I mean, it's a pile of shit. You don't need it, you know? Like,
yeah.
So, and then he started telling me like how they were going to change this motor over into it, and I'm like, wait, you're going to do all that and make money? Like, let me just do you a favor. Like, let me just buy this and sell the other car like it is, because it was running.
Okay.
So yeah, I convinced him to sell it. You know, I think I gave him like $3,000 down and paid it off. And when I finally bought it sat for about a year, just collecting parts, and then we actually ended up building it in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
I think I got some old pictures, but it wasn't not the frame that came later, but it was like for a long time. I always say, hey, I'm gonna bring out this car. It's gonna be so fast. You know, I'm gonna bring out this car. I'm gonna beat everybody, and there's no shortage of people that say that and don't do it. So I just got tired of hearing myself say that, and I'm like, I can't be that guy. I think it was 3 weeks. 3 weeks before my birthday, I was like, screw it. I'm gonna put the car together. So I bought all this. I got everything I had. I mean, there was a lot wrong with it, but the motor was built. Put the motor in it. Transmission was like a stock case, 176 Glide, like out of a '69 Corvette or something. And we threw it together, and the day we got it running, we went to the race. And I had no windows in the car and like half a floor. And we ended up going, it was like one of the biggest cash days in DFW, and we went to the semifinals. And to have an electronic failure, or it was a tuning error. I hit boost cut in the burnout.
Wow. So
it was a gnarly.
That's impressive, man. That's impressive. The name of the car, man. Who named it?
I named it. I actually was trying to get my buddy to name his car that. He has a really, really nice 69 Camaro, and we actually saw that, I can't remember, it was a nitrous plate called the Kraken. I was like, hey, you should buy this plate and call your car the Kraken. And we ended up not buying the plate. And so he's like, oh, I can't name it that. I can't name it that. I can't name it that. Well, about like 6 months go by, and I'm like, look, you know what? You don't want this name? I'm taking it.
Wow.
And so I stole the name back. I named his car and then stole it from him.
Nice, man. Well, we seen you on TV and all that good stuff, man. How did that feel? You know, like I said, you built this car. You know, the plans that the car has had, and then the success that it's having now, man. How does that? Is that like a surreal feeling? Like, tell me something about that, man.
It's definitely weird. Like, people want to take my pictures and stuff. Like, it's awesome. I really love. I mean, not to sound cheesy, but like when the kids like come and look at the car, I like that. And then like Fuel Tech's got a little game in there that does the practice tree. So
yeah.
You can bump in and like test your reaction time.
Yeah.
So I love using that. But no, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's nice, man.
Quite a bit. It's nice.
It's come a long way, man, from looking at it on that corner at your, you know, that shop, and you know the way that you acquired it and all, man, to what it is now, man. So,
yeah.
How are you feeling about the event today here at Newport Raceway?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not the best setup for it. I have a torque converter for the street, and then I have a torque converter for the track. And we spent a lot of time building my buddy's car. We had to put a new motor in it like 2 days ago.
Wow.
So we weren't able to swap the converter. So it's like super, super tight. And we had some different exhaust housings we were going to try on the turbos, but we just didn't have time to do it. And I think that the surface is not as good as people think.
Yeah.
And so it'll be tough, but we'll just try to power manage it. And if we can get out of the 60 foot, that, you know, I think we got the other end covered. It's just getting the motor happy.
Yeah, getting past also that first round and then collecting some data.
Sure. But man, it's a nice day. It rained. It's nice and clean. I think a lot of people that are maybe used to the surface has probably changed a little bit, like with the rain and stuff. And so I've only been to probably one, maybe two other places that are like this. So it's definitely going to be a tuner's game on who can figure it out. There's not a lot of roads like this. The contact pass is not very good.
Nice, man.
It's concrete and there's rubber down, but it's not. It's going to be tricky.
Steven, what got you into racing, especially no prep?
No prep, man. So I mean, we were racing my whole life with my family. Not racing, but like we watched racing. Went to the NHRA races every year in Baytown, and I've always just loved hot rods. And when I first started my business and started becoming somewhat successful, and I bought this little Colorado. I was like, hey, I can buy this little white truck, a little camper on it, and I can soup it up. No one will know. So I put a single turbo LS motor with a 480E, and I would drive it to jobs. But like, it got to the point where it was so out of hand, like I was having to park it like a block away. It was a 6.0. 6.0 turbo, big single turbo, 480E, and I was driving it to jobs and stuff, and it got to the point where it wasn't really.
You said it got 4. You said it had 4-inch cutouts too. Right?
Yeah, I had a 4-inch pipe all the way out the back, and with a cutout, so it had I could hit a switch and it would just get loud. And so we actually did. It was super heavy. Colorados for some reason are almost as heavy as a Silverado. So anyway, we got to a point, or I met some guys in Austin at street race. And I started, there was a top 10 list there, and I basically worked my way up that, you know, improving the car, making it faster, and I got to the number 1 spot, and we started traveling around, like going to Dallas or South Texas, and we had like a decent program, but it wasn't a race car. I mean, to be honest.
It's crazy, man.
So we went from that, and then I learned all the reasons I lost, and then I tried not to do any of that with the new car.
Nice, man.
And so
that's awesome, brother, to see that whole journey, man. So we wish you nothing but the best of luck today, man, and I appreciate you taking the time and chatting it up with you, man. Steven Little for the win, man.
Thank you.
congratulations, man, on the win, man.
Thank you.
Was it what you were expecting, or I mean, what can you tell me, man, about the whole track now that you actually got a chance to go through it and check it out?
Yeah. The first round we had a little bit of a hiccup, and that you saw, and which is really driver error, sleeping real bad. I messed the tune-up up, and once we got it figured out, we thought we got it figured out. It was driving really hard left, and so we made, I think, 2 passes. One was close to the wall, and the other one was close to the line, and then we finally got it going straight, and then we just went right through and went straight, and then from there we were able to turn it up because it wasn't trying to cross any lanes or anything, so we turned it up, and man, the car's flying.
Nice, man.
We just didn't get it done first round, so we're the first fastest loser today.
Well, man, wish you the best of luck moving on forward, bro, and I appreciate you taking the time, man. And
Yeah,
I
no
mean,
problem.
in my book, you did well, man. I mean, the car, like I said, towards the end, it went straight, and
Yeah.
we saw the potential of this car, man. It's definitely a badass hot rod, man. So
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
appreciate you, bro, and man, enjoy the victory.
All right, thank you.
All right, brother.